I flew all the way from Chico, California to Washington, D.C. just to know the life of George Washington University student. And in this video, we would visualize what your journey would have been if you choose this university, and we will cover your journey right from getting that F1 visa interview till you sitting in the classroom, attending the lectures and living that American international student life. And this would also be backed by 3 students, one of them who recently got a job in Deloitte, would be telling you the realities that they faced, including a 10-minute F1 visa interview. The most interesting part about George Washington University is that it's inside the city. That means more job opportunities and networking. And it's also surrounded by DMV area, which stands for Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. We'll talk a little bit more about this in the later part of the video, but this is one of the main factors why it has such a high ranking. By end of this journey of you visualizing yourself as a George Washington University student, you'd be in a much better position to decide whether it is worth that $100,000 investment. So let's start. Once you receive the acceptance letter from George Washington University, you will find yourself in F1 visa interview. And what do you think your perception is about this interview? Do you think it is going to be tough?
Stressful. I actually remember before I went to the interview, I was so stressed. I thought it was going to be like a really tense job interview. But I mean, it was relaxed. I mean, not too difficult questions were asked. And the consular was just straight to the point. I actually thought it was going to take 30 minutes or 40 minutes, but it was mostly like 10, 12 minutes.
10, 12 minutes?
Yeah.
By the way, we are talking in minutes, right? If you go to NYU video on my channel, you will find this.
Take a look at my I-20. He just passed him my passport. He looked at it and, oh, NYU, and then he relaxed. And then, yeah, what does your parents do? I said, they do, and then, yeah.
So finally, once you land in Washington, D.C., the biggest concern apart from the university is going to be where would you be staying? And once you hear the rates like these,
my rent is about $1,200.
It costs around $1,200.
I can live with a budget of $2,000 per month.
That's just the housing cost. What do they pay for utilities and groceries?
So I really spend a lot of money, outside of the...
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just love that, I cook, I save money. So my personal expenses, so I would say $1,200 for my rent, about $250 for my groceries since I cook. Then I think other miscellaneous expenses like going out, I'll say maybe $500 maybe.
If you were to guess like all of the food and like going out and everything, would it be like $1,500 or is it $2,000?
Around 1,500 to 2,000.
1,500 to 2,000. Okay.
But how much does George Washington University really cost you?
I think for the business university, one credit is around $2,000 as well.
Wow! And how many credits do you have to take for masters?
My master program is 36 credits overall.
So 36. So $70,000
Yeah,
roughly.
Yeah, almost $80,000. Yeah.
So finally, you have this massive figure of $82,000, which you now have to pay if you want to go to George Washington University. But you don't have to worry much about that, just like this guy never did.
George Washington gave me a partial scholarship.
Nice.
And, they call it like the School of Business Fellowship. So it covered part of my tuition.
Now I know you're probably watching this and you're like, Yudi, that's $100,000. I don't have like a property to show. I don't have like a co-signer or parents who can have savings and all of that. I come from lower middle class family. Trust me, I know that because I also come from lower middle class family, and that is where today's sponsor comes in, which is Empower.
So the remaining balance of my tuition, I then applied for a loan from Empower Financing.
Empower Finance.
Yeah.
They help you with same situation. If you have no collateral, no co-signer, this is where Empower shines, because they will give you fixed interest rate loan based on your skills and abilities and the program that you're choosing and the university that you're going.
So where they covered the rest of the tuition and the rest of my living expenses. It didn't take a lot of effort really. I just love the idea that the application process is not hectic. It doesn't take like 20 minutes.
And again, if you're someone like me who doesn't have collateral, co-signer and want a fixed interest rate loan, link is in the description. First link, go check it out if you're eligible. And it is super simple and easy process. You will quickly find out what you are eligible for. Alright, back to video. To cover some of your expenses, you would need on-campus job, right? So, are there any on-campus job on George Washington University?
Do you have on-campus job?
Yeah, I have.
Like, what do you do?
I'm doing research assistantship and teaching assistantship.
Do you have any on-campus job?
Yeah, so George Washington provide on-campus job. This is my first term, so I've decided to be 100% focused on stud, so
Yeah.
I haven't took it. But one good tip that I didn't know prior to come here is like every international student to work out of the university, you have to be here for at least two
Two
terms.
semesters.
Yeah.
From what I understand from talking to the students, that there are not a whole lot of on-campus jobs available, but there are limited ones that are available if you really work hard to get it. As we all know, one of the exciting things about coming and studying in United States is the university and the campus life. But there are a lot of universities with beautiful campus, but George Washington, does it really have one? Actually, it doesn't. There are few buildings and few courtyards, and that's about it, because the campus itself is merged into the city, and you will find that one building is a university building and the next building is the city building. So if you are someone who's interested in living that university campus life and experience that campus life, this might not be the place for you. Now back to the students. Let's ask them if they like the program they enrolled in.
I love it.
But after all of this hustles of 16 months to 2 years, what is the recruitment scenario at George Washington University?
What is the company? I know. I'm excited.
Yeah, so I'll be joining Deloitte. So I was at Deloitte for my summer,
Nice.
and fortunately, I managed to secure a full-time role after I graduated.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, great times. I love the company too. It's a really fantastic
Yeah.
place, great culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll discuss this more in detail, why you are finding it challenging to secure a job later in the video. This is primarily because 67% of the job are obtained through networking, and these positions don't even get posted on LinkedIn job listings. So let's ask them if they got recruited and how is the job scenario. Is it really good?
I know few of the senior students got job after their graduation, immediately after a month, and I am in contact with them also. And I am graduating this December. Let's see.
Let's see.
But yeah, you don't really care if he got the job, but what do you care is whether you will get the job if you choose this university.
I would say, I think for me, the time I started my master's, I mean, kind of coincided with the job market just being a bit shaky.
Right. Yeah.
So my benchmark for employment may not be really accurate, but I would say yes, you can. I know a couple of people that are at the World Bank, some that are working for PwC. So I would say you do get.
Remember in the beginning we defined the DMV area earlier in the video. Because you are surrounded by 3 major cities and states, you will have access to a lot of opportunities.
IFC, the IMF, or the World Bank, it's like a 10-minute walk from here. So the networking part has just been fantastic.
Yeah.
So so that means if you're quite active and deliberate with looking for opportunities,
Yeah.
you almost certainly get one.
At this point you're probably thinking, oh, this sounds like a great university. I probably want to apply for George Washington, but will I really get in? Because it has the brand and the reputation, and I don't even know if I'm eligible for that. Worry not, because
When they're applying, they're like, no, I'll probably not get in. Or do I have this degree class? Will I get in? So I always tell them that it's possible.
Yeah.
Right? Just send the application, just fill in the essays, just do the recommendations, just apply.
Yeah.
Right? You get it.
now since we have covered the major part, let's ask him what are the mistakes that student makes before coming to United States, and after that we would ask him about the mistakes that they do after they have landed in United States.
Not doing enough research before you come, because
What kind of research?
right, I think number one would be identifying which university best meets your preference, or which program best meets your preference as well. Number one, not networking. Number two, just playing with people that look like you or your
They are
close friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because for example, here I have a lot of Zimbabwean friends,
Yeah.
but I try as much as possible to talk and network, go out, play with other people that are not from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Because it helps me to learn more about different cultures,
Yeah.
get to learn about different personalities,
Yeah.
and just getting to know more.
Right.
Now whether you choose George Washington University or not, I will leave that decision up to you. I do want to emphasize that you do want to research every single thing before you make the decision. especially the coursework. Make sure that you really like the coursework and this is something aligns with your passion and goals and the career goals that you want to get into. And also make sure that you explore other options. If you enjoyed this video, I've made similar video for NYU universities. You want to check it out here. And until our next one.
Continue sorrindo e continue batalhando.
हाँसी राख
અને મહેનત કરી રાખો.
मेहनत गर
Rambochi Yamwe, Rambochi Shanda.
I hope he said keep smiling and keep hustling.
That's what I did.